Let's kick it off with the trend that's going viral. FaceApp. It's the app that lets users see themselves as old people, and the reason why your Instagram now looks like Tinder at a nursing home. And you can see why the app has gone viral, right? It does like a really crazy good job of showing how you could look if you were old. For instance, we tried it on the Democratic candidates, and it's pretty insane to see, right? This is what Kamala would look like when she's old, right? This is what Mayor Pete would look like, yes, yes. And when we tried it on Bernie, the system crashed. But while we're all having fun with the latest social media fad, it turns out FaceApp might not be harmless fun.
Security concerns over a face aging app that's getting new attention because of celebrities and sports stars. You've probably done it yourself. Well, it turns out the developer of the app is based in Russia, and that is raising concerns that private information could fall into the wrong hands.
Bravo, Russians. You've done it again. Honestly, I should have known something was up when the app asked me for access to my camera, my location, and any photos of me getting peed on. I should have known. And FaceApp, working with the Russians, right, just reminds me of how careful we have to be with all of these apps. Like, this is almost as bad as when we found out that dancing Snapchat hot dog secretly worked for ISIS. That was a tough day for us. And you know, it makes sense that Russians built an app to make people look older than they are. Because that's basically what living in Russia does to everybody. Yeah. Yeah, that isn't FaceApp. Those women are 25. It's a tough country. Anyway, speaking of getting old, the world's biggest drug lord, El Chapo Guzman, was sentenced in court today. And let's just say his fellow prisoners are also going to get to see what his face will look like in 30 years, but the old school way.
Convicted drug kingpin known as El Chapo will spend the rest of his life in prison. Today in Brooklyn Federal Court, Joaquin Guzman Loera was sentenced to life plus 30 years.
Damn. Life plus 30 years. That judge wasn't messing around. You realize that means even if he's reincarnated, he still owes the justice system 30 years. Yeah, so El Chapo could come back as a baby giraffe. It doesn't matter. They take him straight to the Brooklyn Zoo. They'll be like, let's go, let's go. Yeah, what do you think zoos were? It's animal jail. That's what that shit is. That's El Chapo, don't That's El Chapo giraffe. Don't you that giraffe. Actually, if anything, that sentence is harshest on El Chapo's cellmate because you realize that he has to spend 30 years with a corpse, right? Every night they'll be playing poker. He'll be like, okay, El Chapo, I raise you. Wow, you don't give anything away, man. You're really good. But now that El Chapo's behind bars, there's an opening for the world's new top drug smuggler. And there's a story breaking today about a man who just might be the guy.
Spanish police arrested a 65-year-old man from Colombia after they found a pound of cocaine under his toupee. Police say the man stuck out last month when he arrived at the airport in Barcelona. He looked nervous, and his hairpiece was several inches above his head. You see there on the left, the man with the toupee, and then the toupee off in the right picture, and that bundle of cocaine perched on his head.
Okay, like, you know, his sentence should be that he just has to wear that wig forever. That's what it should be. But like, for real though, I feel like he isn't even the worst criminal. The worst criminal is the person who's his friend who let him leave the house with that on, who was like, no, dude, I can't even tell that it's fake. I can't even see it. And now you may be asking, hey, why didn't this guy just put the drugs in his butt? Well, he did, and that also looked suspicious as well.